and Factorial Biomachines. It's a pleasure to have you here and have this room filled. It gives me great pleasure to start off with introducing the Honourable Karina Gould, Leader of Government in the House of Commons and Member of Parliament for Burlington.
Great, good morning. Thank you so much, Bart, and thank you to NBio for having us here this morning. I want to thank Tom again for the tour that we just went on, and it's really wonderful to be here. Well, let me begin first with a land acknowledgement. I would like to acknowledge that we are situated on the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe, Haudenosaunee, and Mississaugas of the Credit, and that this land is covered by the Dish with One Spoon Wampum Belt Covenant. Earlier today, I had the opportunity to tour this impressive facility and to meet your knowledgeable staff and learn more about the important work that you do here. And it's exciting for me because I was here a year ago when it was empty, right? And when all you had was the vision and the dream of what this was going to be. And so it's exciting to be here a year later to see all of the work that has come on board, all of the staff that have come on board to really make this a world-class and world-leading facility for bioreactors. And it's exciting to think about, the cutting-edge research and the cutting-edge technology that is being developed right here in Burlington at NBio. This region is recognized as one of the most dynamic and fast-growing regions in North America. And as the Member of Parliament for Burlington, I am proud to represent the talented workforce and businesses that call Burlington home. This area's collaborative, pro-business culture has enabled companies in Canada and around the globe to leverage unique opportunities while drawing from one of the highest educated and skilled workforces in the country. The Halton, Hamilton, and surrounding area is known for its advanced manufacturing, technology, and life science sectors. Our host, Hamid, Bart, and the team at Factorial Biomachines and all of the businesses represented here today are working hard to ensure these sectors remain strong and at the cutting edge of innovation. Which brings me to why we are here today. Today, the Government of Canada, through FedDev Ontario, is pleased to be supporting 6 businesses in the region that are scaling up, increasing manufacturing capabilities, improving support for critical sectors, and creating skilled jobs, with a combined $8.5 million investment. These businesses include our host, Factorial Biomachines, Atheon Aerial Solutions Incorporated, GL Chemtech International Limited, JFE Shoji Power Canada Incorporated, Merck Automation Incorporated, and M&G Steel Limited. And our host, Factorial Biomachines, is improving productivity through the design, manufacturing, and marketing of bioreactors of larger sizes right here in Burlington. As a result, the company is enabling the adoption of affordable and user-friendly bioprocessing systems, some of which I got to see for myself. I'm not sure that I would be able to use them, but I think a skilled technician would be, across sectors such as food, supplements, and personal care. Earlier today, my colleague, Minister Anand, had the opportunity to visit GL Chemtech International Limited in Oakville and learn about how they are expanding their capacity and will start producing active ingredients for drug discovery, delivery, and development in clinical trials. These are just 2 examples of 6 incredible companies that are scaling up to support critical sectors like artificial intelligence, electric vehicles, manufacturing, aerospace, life sciences, and biotechnology. Together, all 6 companies represented in today's announcement will increase their production capacities, develop new made-in-Canada products, address market gaps, reduce pollution, and create skilled jobs in Burlington, Oakville, and Hamilton. And we are pleased as the federal government to help you leverage your potential and mobilize the tools and expertise needed to scale up and grow. Congratulations to each one of these innovative companies. I look forward to seeing the exciting things to come from each of your businesses in the future. Thank you. Merci. Miigwech.
Thank you very much, Minister Karina Gould. This is very exciting news, fantastic news for all the companies involved. And it's now my pleasure to introduce our Vice President of Operations, Thomas Bailey, to share a few remarks.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for attending. We're happy to have a repeat visit from the Honourable Minister Gould. It's a pleasure to have you back and to see how much has changed. I'm sure you've witnessed it firsthand yourself. We have a grand ambition with N Factorial Biomachines here in Canada, and with this funding announcement, it will allow us to scale up our manufacturing, to further grow our team, and to bring new technologies to Canadian companies and using Canadian-created innovations, not just here, but globally as well. So we really have an opportunity in front of us with this funding to further scale up, not only with the types of products which we're creating, but also the throughput that we're able to generate. So we're very happy to have the opportunity to be working with different partners and to be a part of such an honorable list of people who have received this type of funding. And we're looking forward to what the future will bring and to bring N Factorial Biomachines to a world stage. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Thomas. Now I'd like to welcome Gamil Alakimi, President of GL Chemtech International Ltd, to share some words. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Minister Gould, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for giving me the time to speak to you. I would like to first thank Minister Anand, who took the time today to tour our facility. So we show her a lot of our glass equipments, and we enjoyed the tour. It was actually very enjoyable. The visit, actually, and the visit from your Honorable is actually a testament to show the fruitful collaboration between government and businesses. It shows that the government is really interested to drive innovation in the country. I deeply appreciate the support we got from FedDev. Our company, GL Chemtech, has always been committed to push the boundaries in innovation in the area of drug delivery and biotechnology. The loan provided by FedDev will be instrumental in allowing us to expand our operation, accelerate our research, and enable us to drive more product to market. The support will not only enable us to expand the operation, but also create new jobs and contribute to the economic growth of our community. Again, thank you for your support and for you believing in our vision. I appreciate that, and in behalf of all GL Chemtech team. So thank you, and looking forward to build a brighter and healthier future. Thank you.
Thank you, Gamil. So that concludes our formal program. Thank you all for joining us today. It was a pleasure having you. I will now turn it over to FedDev Ontario to moderate the media QA portion. And the media portion will be followed by a photo opportunity. All right. Thank you.
Is it a? It's loan. It's a loan. Yeah. Yeah. But we can provide a backgrounder to you with more details for each of the announcements. Mm-hmm.
Minister Gould, Ali Elwell from CHCH News. Mm-hmm. You said Loveland Church needed more time to campaign. A candidate has yet to be named in the LaSalle Alberta writing, where a by-election is expected before the end of September. Do you have concern that they also won't have enough time to campaign? And any just general concerns about that by-election?
No, I feel quite confident that we will be naming a candidate, or there will be a candidate nominated soon. When it came to Toronto St. Paul's, look, the Conservative candidate was nominated a couple of months ahead of time. He had much more time to get out there and knock on doors. We lost by almost 600 votes, which to me, it's a loss, right? But it's not a resounding loss. And so Leslie did a great job with the time that she had, and I feel quite confident that, we can win Toronto St. Paul's back. En ce qui concerne les partielles élections en Verdun, j'ai confiance dans notre capacité qu'il va y avoir un candidat nominé bientôt. Ce qui concerne Toronto St. Paul's, la candidate que nous avons eue, Leslie Church, a fait un travail fantastique avec le temps qu'elle a eu, mais on doit être honnête qu'on a perdu cette élection, c'est une perte pour nous, mais nous avons perdu pour seulement 590 votes. Alors, c'est quelque chose dont j'ai confiance qu'on peut regagner cette circonscription. Les conservateurs ont nommé leur candidat en février. Il a eu plus de temps pour se faire connaître dans la circonscription, mais j'ai bien confiance qu'on peut reprendre cette circonscription.
Although in 2015, it seemed like Justin Trudeau was the one who carried the party and MPs over the finish line. Now it seems more and more like competent ministers like yourself are the ones carrying him on your back. Do you think the party could do better in the next election with a new leader?
No, I think he is the right leader for us. He's won 3 elections. We've formed government 3 times. But let's be honest, the Liberal Party is a team party. He went about in 2015 to recruit, really strong, good candidates that have helped form the strong caucus and cabinet that we have. We did the same in 2019 and 2021, and we're going to do the same in 2025, where we go out and find those excellent candidates who are strong representatives of their community, who are there to fight for Canadians and to bring forward that new energy and those new ideas for the country. But the Liberal Party is a party, right? The Prime Minister has led us competently through the NAFTA negotiations, through the steel and aluminum tariffs, through the COVID pandemic, and now as we are fighting global inflation and some of the challenges that Canadians are facing when it comes to the high cost of housing or the high cost of food, we've put in forth really important measures to help Canadians, and that's because Justin Trudeau is the Prime Minister and because he's built a strong team, and it's that team that's going to get us through to 2025. Well, so global inflation is a global phenomenon, right? It's something that every country in the world is experiencing. And in fact, Canada it's experiencing it less than other countries. And that's because of some of the things that we have put in place, because we've heard from Canadians about the struggles that they're facing. Affordable childcare, for example, is something that if you talk to young parents has made a tremendous difference in their bottom line in their homes. Dental care for seniors. My goodness, over the past couple of months, the seniors that I have spoken to who have gotten dental care because they could never afford it before are making a real difference. When it comes, I'm happy to answer the question, but when it comes to housing, we've also heard, and remember, housing is not just a federal responsibility, it's shared with the municipalities and the provinces. We've put in place programs like the Housing Accelerator Fund, which right here in Burlington, for example, meant over $20 million for the municipality to cut red tape and to do things differently. And we're working with the province of Ontario to ensure that we build more houses, but the kinds of houses that people need as well. So since, the past couple of years, we have really put a focus on housing, and those programs are coming into play now. And so what I would say is we hear Canadians, we hear what those challenges are, and we've put in place programs to mitigate inflation, but those programs still take time. But what I want to reassure Canadians is we hear them, we hear those challenges, and we are responding to what those needs are.
Sorry, I've got a question.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
the by-election once in Toronto St. Paul's. Do you agree that the Prime Minister needs to move the caucus?
Well, look, caucus is a team. We sort things out as a team. That's how it's worked for a long time, and that's how it continues to work. I've had many conversations with caucus colleagues over the past week. I know the Prime Minister is having conversations as well. It's always a bit of a challenge in the summer when people are dispersed throughout the country, and of course, you know, they're away or not away, but I do think it's important that we do get together. We will absolutely be getting together in September. I think what the most important thing for us to do right now as Liberal members of caucuses is to go out and listen to our communities and hear what's on their minds. You know, many of us have been in Ottawa for the past several months in the House of Commons, and so the summer is a great time to reconnect with our constituents, to make sure we're hearing what's on their mind, what they're thinking about, what their priorities are. And so when we get back together as a caucus, we can really focus on what's important for Canadians. It's one thing for us to focus internally, but the most important thing that we can do is make sure that Canadians, their needs, their priorities is what we continue to be focused on, because at the end of the day, it's about fighting for this country and the amazing people who make it up.
And while you're speaking with your constituents, what kind of changes do you want the Prime Minister to make to avoid a continued political slide?
Well, look, it's really about, I think, having that recognition that we were given a message in Toronto St. Paul's. You know, I spoke with people who were knocking on doors who said that, you know, they heard from people who said, you know, I want the Prime Minister to hear that I'm frustrated. I want the Prime Minister to hear that these are the things that are worrying to me. And top of it was cost of living. I mean, rent was a huge issue for people in Toronto St. Paul's. Now, that's a shared responsibility with the provincial government. I mean, the provincial government got rid of rent controls when they were first elected, but we are committed to working with all of our partners, municipalities and provinces, to make life more affordable for Canadians. And I think it's incumbent upon us to go back to Canadians with the humility to listen to them and to say, we hear that you're frustrated. We hear that life is harder now than it was before the pandemic. And so we want to make sure that we are, all of us there, including the Prime Minister, out listening to Canadians, taking the summer to reflect on what we've heard, to absorb it, and coming back in the fall with the plan to get us through to the 2025 election.
Minister Gould, thank you for answering those questions. As the president of the Oakville Chamber of Commerce, I'm extremely disappointed to hear these questions on an announcement that's here to celebrate the innovative companies that are here today, the employees that have taken time out of their day, the owners and presidents and CEOs of these companies that have taken the time out of their day. And there's not one question directed into the investments that they're making. It's very disappointing. Thank you.
Well, that wasn't a question, but I will say that today is a day for celebration. So, and I think one of the things that I'm proud of to be here as the Member of Parliament for Burlington, but also a member of this cabinet and of this government, is of the really important relationship that we've been able to build with businesses locally, but also across the country, that are growing our economy, that are attracting talented people locally and from around the world that are contributing to a strong economy. And it's these folks here that are doing that work, and we are so proud and so pleased to be able to support that incredible work that you're doing. So thank you so much, everyone, for coming.